If you're familiar with this channel, you know me as a book girly. But before I was a book girly, I was a dancer. For like a decade. I will be reading ballet romance books and attempting to do pointe after not dancing for the last 4 years. The first book I will be reading in this video is Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is book 3 in the Chestnut Spring series. The Chestnut Spring series consists of 5 interconnected standalones, so I will be reading this as a standalone. I believe the female main character is a ballerina and the male main character is a cowboy hockey player. The start of each chapter has a picture of pointe shoes, which adds like a cute little touch to the book. There's also a cute jewelry box ballerina on the cover. I've heard a lot of great things about this series and I'm very interested on how they're going to portray ballet and dance and how often it will be mentioned in this book. Anyway, I'm so excited to start this book, so I'm going to go do that. I'm around the 100-page mark of Powerless. This book has been an emotional roller coaster. The book starts off with our main character Sloane getting married to another man. Or I guess, almost getting married to another man, because Jasper helps her become a runaway bride. They've been best friends for like 20 years. I'm actually really enjoying all the flashbacks of them becoming friends. I feel like I don't usually enjoy flashbacks, but these have been very short and sweet. So the book starts off with a little bit of adventure, and then something absolutely devastating happens. So this book has made me cry within the first 100 pages, and it's not the fact that I cried while reading that is rare, it's the fact that it happened so early. I'm only 20% into this book and I feel like Elsie Silver has, grabbed my heart out of my chest and crushed it. But I think that's a good thing and I'm just gonna keep hoping for a happy ending. Now when it comes to the ballet aspect, it has mentioned that she's a prima ballerina and that her ex-fiance liked that because it was all girly. I like how the book acknowledges that when you're watching ballet, you see it as this beautiful thing, and then when you're actually doing it, it's just painful and hard. I think it's nice that that was stated from the start, and I also think it's there to add more depth to Sloane. But I'm glad that I'm liking this book because I feel like I've seen so much hype around this series that I thought for sure it was just overhyped and I wouldn't like it that much. But I'm actually really enjoying this. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading and I'm probably gonna keep crying if we're being honest, but yay!
You got it. You got it. You got it. I know sometimes life can be tough. And you feel like you just had enough. When you're thinking everything is gone wrong, just remember that I'm here to cheer you on. Yeah, I wanna pick you up from the ground.
I am on page 366. So far, it has made me laugh and cry. Now to talk about this romance, I am really liking it. Jasper and Sloane are childhood best friends, and whenever there is a flashback of how they used to act when they were young, it makes my heart happy. Young Sloane is just so cute with having a crush on an older boy. I just really like their dynamic in all of the flashbacks. Now when it comes to ballet, Sloane is taking a little bit of a break from the Nutcracker season, which is totally crazy. Who skips out on Nutcracker? I like that the Nutcracker was brought up because that ballet actually inspired me to make this video. I saw it for the first time in years recently, and I was looking at all of those dance majors thinking, I could do that. Can I do it? Probably not. We'll find out later though. Moving on, I'm just really enjoying this book and I'm gonna go finish it now.
Thinking about what we've been through. The world can be a lonely place. Baby, I'm so glad that I found you. Now I got someone to embrace. From the day you stole my heart.
I just finished Powerless. This book is a solid 4-star read. I of course really enjoyed this and really liked how emotional it was. The reason why I didn't rate this 5 stars is because these characters don't really feel real. which obviously they're not real, it is fiction. But when I think of my contemporary 5-star reads, the characters just feel so real to me, and that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm reading like a contemporary book. And I just didn't get that feeling with this book, but I still think it's like a phenomenal book. I want to add that I really adored the message of this book and the dedication page. The page says, "It's for the ones who've spent their lives being just a little too agreeable. Here's to getting comfortable disappointing other people to avoid disappointing yourself." I'm just really happy I read this book, and I'm glad that there's a ballerina in it, because if there wasn't, I probably would not have read this book. The next book I will be reading is I'll Always Be With You by Monica Murphy. This book is also in a series of interconnected standalones. This is book 4 in the Lancaster Prep series. I read A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, which is book 2 in this series, and really enjoyed it, so I have high hopes for this. The main characters in this book are seniors at a private school, so it's going to be fairly different from Powerless. I also love this cover. I think the point shoes are so pretty. Anyway, I'm going to get reading. Book. I am on page 137. Let me give you a synopsis. We have Carolina Lancaster, whose family owns Lancaster Prep. She is a ballerina studying in London, but she is in Paris for a couple of weeks because the company she is with is doing some performances at some Parisian opera house. She is being quite the wild child in Paris. Then we have Weston, who's vacationing in Paris with his friends. West sees Carolina at the club and it's like, oh my goodness, I go to Lancaster Prep and you're a Lancaster. But he leads her to believe he already graduated. Anyway, the two don't think they'll ever see each other again, so they have a wild night together and promise to keep it a secret. That is until Carolina gets in trouble and has to spend her senior year at Lancaster Prep, where she finds out that West did not graduate and he is in fact a senior. The people at Lancaster Prep give Gossip Girl. All the characters are filthy rich, wear uniforms, super rude. I love it! Right off the bat at Lancaster Prep, West and Carolina have a little feud going on, and the people around them are also just so rude. Something this book does really well is tension. If romance comes out of a feud, the only way it's good is if there's a whole bunch of tension, and there is, and it's amazing. Now to talk about the ballet in the book. I feel like diet has been brought up a lot. I don't have too much experience when it comes to this topic because I did competition dance and not just ballet. But I do know you have to fit the costumes. The costumes are not made to fit you. Like I had friends that did the Nutcracker and they were cast based on how tall they are. If you're too tall, you're not going to get the part in the ballet because the dress isn't going to fit you right. It's going to be too short. And if you're too short, you're also probably not going to get the part because the dress isn't going to fit you. So I do know certain companies want you to be a certain size so you'll fit the costumes, but I don't know how that works with like prima ballerinas versus kids. All that being said, I'm really enjoying this book and I'm going to keep reading. So I just got back to school and I brought over 50 books with me. Even though I brought over 50 books with me, I forgot the one I'm currently reading. But I'll Always Be With You is on Kindle Unlimited, so I just started my free trial. So I am gonna get reading. Finished. I'm going to give I'll Always Be With You 3 stars. The first half of the book is like 10 times better than the second half. I thought the second half of the book was kind of boring. The whole vibe of the book kind of shifted, and like it's okay, it's there. I also didn't really love the ending of the book. I thought it was kind of unnecessary, but I really enjoyed the first half, so that's why I'm giving it the 3 stars. It's now ballet time. So I donated all of my everyday dance clothes when I quit. But my mom made me keep all of my competition spirit wear, so that's what I have on today. And I no longer own ballet tights. I'm gonna do some warm-ups on flat, and then I'm gonna put my pointe shoes on. So these shoes were my favorite shoes, but my ballet teacher deemed them dead and unsafe to dance in. But will that stop me? These were my most recent pointe shoes, but they were really uncomfortable. So I think I'm gonna start off in these, but I probably won't last. As I mentioned earlier, it has been 4 years since I last took a pointe class. And let me tell you, these shoes are so incredibly painful. Oh, I did a single. I bet I could do a double. I could not, in fact, do a double. This is me realizing it is impossible to stay on these boxes. So of course I switched into another pair of dead shoes, because that makes sense. I'm a jumper. I could jump really high. You want to see it? I bet I could touch the ceiling. I'm telling you right now, if I was in a studio and I could jump, everyone would quit their jobs. All the ballerinas would be like, oh, never gonna be as good as Erin. But due to the limited space in my kitchen, I cannot bless your screen with my beautiful jumps. I really thought that I was gonna be sugar plum fairy good, but I'm just a teenage girl. I have so much to learn. Maybe if I was older and had more experience, I would be slaying like all those girly pops in the Nutcracker. Oh, I didn't strut. Imagine me in pointe shoes. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you would like, comment, and subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. Bye!